Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, it's going to be a first impressions and wear test of the 3 new mascaras that I picked up. So I got the Dr. Huschka Volume Mascara in brown because I really want to try some brown mascara. And I got 2 travel size ones, the Ilia Fullest Volumizing Mascara, the Kosas Long Wear Volumizing and Lash Care Mascara. So I picked up these 3. I'm going to do a little kind of wear test, first impressions and a wear test, and we're kind of going to rate them, see which one's better. I think I might do a bit of a rating system. So I'll do like the pigmentation, so I want the black ones to be properly black, and then I really want this to be a lovely brown, so I'll do it kind of on the colour. I'm going to do it on how volumizing they are, because they all claim to be volumizing mascara, so I want to see how volumizing they are, but I also want to see how buildable they are. So if I do put more layers on, will it clump my lashes, or will it apply, kind of build up beautifully? Obviously we're going to do like a wear test, see if it transfers or not, and I'm actually going to see how easy it is to remove at the end of the day as well. So those are going to be my, how many is that? 1, 2, 5 things I'm going to rate. I'm going to rate them out of 5 as well. So if that sounds like something you're interested in, please keep on watching. So I'm going to start off with the brown mascara because I'm really intrigued. This is, like I said, it's the Dr. Huschka Volume Brown Mascara. So this is a full size one. And I will put prices on the screen because I can't remember off the top of my head right now. So it says, mascara creates visibly thicker lashes for a real volume boost. The formulation combines mineral pigments with nourishing ingredients such as quince seed, silk and candelilla wax to envelop and protect every single lash. 100% certified natural ingredients with mineral pigments and botanical plants, free from synthetic fragrances and preservatives. Okay, so this is what the mascara tube looks like, and it's quite a thick wand. It does look pretty brown on the tube. I don't know if the light's going to pick it up or make it look a bit too dark, but it definitely looks brown. So I'm excited to give this a go. Now I don't know about you, but I do find with mascaras that they get better over time and when they actually almost start to dry up in the tube. So I will bear that in mind, but I do want it to kind of have some impact instantly. Okay, so that is, sorry, should I zoom you in? So that is one layer so far. It does get a little messy with how thick it is on the top, but I can clean it up afterwards. I would say it hasn't given me the volume straight away. It's definitely lengthened my lashes and it's got a good separation, so I think it's going to need a second coat. But it looks really nice and soft on the eyes with it being brown. So I'm going to go with another layer now and build it up a bit more. Okay, this is the second coat. I'd say it's definitely buildable. It hasn't gone clumpy or anything like that. Definitely still kept the length and still quite separating. I'd say so far I'm not seeing much volume, but I don't know if I want to build up any more than that. So that is one eye. Okay, so that is both eye done. This eye is a sad eye. This has lost quite a few lashes recently, so it's not got as much of what like to work with as this eye has. This used to be my good eye, but we'll go with it. So yeah, at this present moment in time, I like the length, I like the separation. I'm not sure about the volume of it. I like the colour brown. It's quite a dark brown though, so it does look borderline It does look borderline black on the eyes, which I was hoping to have a bit more brown visibility about it, but it's definitely softer than if it was a pure black. I'm going to go ahead and just tidy up the eyes. I'm just going to let it dry, and then I just run like a little cotton bud along the lash line. That should get rid of it, and then we'll come back to see what the lashes look like. Okay, so I've done some tidying up so you can see the lashes a bit better. I still think my lashes look really pretty. I just don't think it's particularly volumizing at this moment in time. Like I said, I do find mascaras get better over time. So I will give this a couple of days and then we'll do another kind of tester. But yes, this is what the lashes are looking like at the beginning of the day. The time is currently just gone 6 o'clock in the morning. So we'll come back after work and we'll see how well it's lasted. And like I said, I will see how well it takes off as well in the kind of evening time. So that is what my lashes are looking like currently. Okay, I am back at the end of the day. It is 20 to 5, so what, that's just over 10 hours. As you can probably tell with my shiny skin. But the mascara's had, well, I had like 1 or 2 flecks fall down here. But apart from that, I can't see any transfer. These are just freckles on my lids. But yeah, no like transfer. I feel it looks very much the same as it did this morning, which is a good thing. So despite the fact I didn't find too much volume this morning, it still held up really, really well, which is kind of really puts that in a good positive. Obviously we'll have to see what the other 2 mascaras are like. But yeah, I'm impressed with, like I said, the wear of this, how it's not transferred. Like I said, a minor bit of flaking, but overall looks very much the same. So I'm going to leave this now a couple of days. Tomorrow I'm going to play with all the other mascaras, the day after the other one, and then I'll loop back to this one whilst it's had some time to be open and not dry, but just be opened a little bit where it's not so wet anymore, and we'll see what it's like and kind of compare the 2, but compare the 3. Yeah, I'm happy with how this lasted. What I'll do is I'll keep it on for longer, and I'll show you kind of how easy it is, or how not so easy it is, to get it off my eyes later, so stay tuned for that bit. Okay, it's been a couple more hours. I'm going to take off my makeup now. I'm going to use the Q&A Oat Milk Cream Cleanser for this. Okay, in terms of application, I think it went on really nicely. I wouldn't say it was volumizing as such to begin with, at least not this time round. I'd say it was definitely buildable though. Not buildable enough to be volumizing, but buildable where it doesn't get clumpy or anything like that. The colour, I wouldn't say it's noticeably brown. It does look more still black on the lashes. It may give a slightly softer finish, but it's not as brown as I was hoping. Definitely long lasting on the lashes. Like I said, a few specks of flakiness, but it didn't transfer or anything like that, so I'm happy about that as well. And finally, it seems to come off pretty easy. So even though it's long lasting and doesn't transfer, it removes quite easily in the evening when you want to take your makeup off. I think the things that let it down is the brown's not as visible as I would like it to be on the eyes, and although you can build up layers and it doesn't get clumpy, it's not giving me the volume I want at the moment. So those are kind of 2 things that are letting it down. Like I said, you can add a few more layers without getting clumpy. It does last really well throughout the day, but it's also really easy to take off at night, which I think is always a good thing. So yeah, I'm going to leave it for a few days. I will test the other 2 in between, and then I will come back and do another wear test of this to see if whether the fact it's been open for a few days kind of helps it being a bit less wet, and maybe the formula might be a bit better to create the volume that I'm after. So stay tuned for the rest of the video. On to the next mascara. So I'm going to go in next with the Kosas. This is the Big Clean Long Wear Volumizing and Lash Care Mascara. The claims on this is a clean mascara for instantly big fluffy lashes, powered by hair care serum that helps support stronger, healthier lashes. Apply with the curve of the brush, following the natural curve of your eye. Wait 30 seconds to dry between coats. cruelty-free, gluten-free, free of carbon black, mineral oil, talc, silicones, fragrance, parabens, sulfates and phthalates. So it's free of a lot of bad ingredients, which is good. So, and it says, yeah, dry 30 seconds for each coat. So I'll bear that in mind as well. So I'll do a similar thing as yesterday with the kind of how I'm going to rate it. So I'll do this eye, as this is my nicer eye, first, and then we'll move on to this eye afterwards. So this is what the actual mascara looks like. This is a travel size version. I love the packaging. I love the kind of pink to orange look. Very summery it feels like. So let's go in. Let's have a look at the brush. So this is what the brush looks like. So yeah, curves. So I can imagine you wouldn't want to go with the curve with the eyes. This is what it's suggesting. Yeah, let's get applying. And try not to poke myself in the eye would be a good idea. Okay, this is coat 1. Ignore the fact this eye's watering. I did just go and poke myself in the eye whilst applying this. So I definitely say, I think this gives more impact on the first layer, unlike the Dr. Hushka. It's less messy actually as well. I got a little bit up here, but not anything major. Again, I'd say it's given my length and it's given separation. Not so much volume just yet, but I feel it definitely gave more volume on the first layer than the Dr. Hushka one. So I'll leave it to dry 30 seconds and I'll go in with the second coat. Now we're getting somewhere. That layers really nicely. It's not getting like super clumpy or anything like that. I definitely think it's given the volume. I think so far, I know it's only first impressions, but I think I prefer it over the Dr. Hushka one so far. This has definitely given me a bit more oomph to the eyes, which I really like. So yes, I'm going to go ahead and do the other eye. That is the lashes complete. Now I'm really liking this mascara off kind of after first impressions. Obviously I want to see how well it wears throughout the day, but I think for initial impact and initial application I really like this. So I'm starting off with quite a positive one with this one. So we'll see how it wears throughout the day and I'll come back, tell you if it's transferred, any flaking like that, and then we'll do the whole makeup remover test to see if it's an easy easy mascara to remove as well. This is the lashes. Okay, back from work. It's about 4:45. In fact, it is 4:45. So this is what we're looking like. Again, I feel like in terms of transfer, I've not got any transfer up here at all. I'd say there's a bit more flaking. I've actually kind of tried to leave it. There is some flaking around my eye. Again, really only this eye. So I don't know if I'm rubbing this eye or something consciously. I mean, I have got a dry eye at the moment. I've had it for like months now, and I keep every so often knocking it. But yeah, in terms of how it looks, I still think it looks relatively similar as it did this morning. Like I said, transfer-wise, I'm not seeing any transfer. I would say it flakes more than the Dr. Hushka one though. But yeah, I think overall, I would say I prefer this one over Dr. Hushka one at this moment in time anyway. It's time to take this mascara off and see how well it gets removed from my eyes. Say it's done a pretty good job of coming off, which is good. So I think for this mascara I'm going to give it, actually on first impressions wise, a 8 out of 10. I think the application was really good. You could build it up without it getting clumpy. nice and black as it should have been. It wore well in terms of no transfer, a little bit of flaking, a little bit more flaking than Dr. Hushka, but nothing major. And it comes off really easily. So all in all, a relatively good mascara. On to day 3 and the final mascara. So this is the Ilia Fullest Voluminizing Mascara. Does this have any claims on here? Oh, a clean, volumizing mascara that wraps each lash in weightless volume without clumping, flaking or smudging. Natural waxes thicken and define, while arginine and provitamin B5 help nourish and fortify for stronger, fuller looking lashes over time. Removes easily at end of day. So this is what it looks like. I've tried the Limitless mascara and it's very similar packaging, except it's a bit more cream based. But yeah, we'll see how I get on with this. I really like the stop focusing on that. I really like the Limitless one, so, and that wasn't meant to be volumizing, so I'm hoping this one will be really good. I'll try not to poke myself in the eye today. Number 1, I think this has given us the most impact of the 3 in the first layer. It's a little bit messy like the Dr. Hushka. I've got it kind of on my lids a little bit, but I can clean that up afterwards. But yeah, it's definitely given me the most intensity so far on first layer. And I'd say it is giving me a little bit of volume as well first time round. So let's see, I'm going to let it dry for a bit and then see what a second coat is like. Okay, coat number 2. This is definitely the most voluminous out of the 3 for sure. I mean, that is definitely made, I mean the length of them as well is really lengthened them. So I say so far this seems to be the best on first impressions, first kind of application. Obviously I'll keep testing, but look at that. Look at the difference. I'm really happy with that. Alright, I'm going to quickly do the other eye and then we'll come back. Okay, this is 2 coats on both eyes. I'm really liking this to begin with. So after see how nicely it wears throughout the day, any transfer, any flaking. This definitely, I think, has given my lashes the most impact so far. So yeah, let me go and tidy up the lids quickly and then we'll just take a final look before I go off for the day. Okay, so I've done a bit of tidying up. This is what they look like before I disappear for the day. But yeah, let's see how well they last throughout the day. Okay, I am back from work. So this is what it's looking like. I didn't get any flaking and I didn't get any transfer up here, but I have got a little bit of transfer down here somehow. So just on this side, so just something to note. But I really like this mascara. I like how my lashes are looking. It's definitely given the most volume. So I'm really happy about that. And like I said, I'm going to play with all 3 again. But so far I think this might be my favourite. So let me know your thoughts. But I'll come back later, see how well it takes off, and we'll see what happens. Oh, this one, it's not hard to take off, but there's actually a bit more residue, which there wasn't with the other couple. The other few were easy to take off. Not a lot left, but there is some. Okay, that is the mascara removed. It's slightly harder, well not really harder, but it actually had to go in a couple of layers of the cleanser to really get it off, whereas I didn't find I had to do it with the other 2 mascaras. But I think that's probably because it did add more, there was more product on my lashes, which gave me that more volume. In comparison to the other 2 as well. So I still think at this moment in time that this Ilia one is my favourite out of the 3. It's the weekend coming up, so I'm gonna leave it for a couple of days. I don't tend to wear makeup, or I might do a few makeup videos, but I'll use some of the other mascaras. And I'll come back on Monday and kind of go through the three again. So they've been sat there, they've been open for a bit. Hopefully a little air's got to them, so they kind of not dry up, but a bit less wet with some of them. I usually find a kind of better application second time round. So we'll see if that is the case with any of these three, and I can give you my final update. So yeah, I, at this moment in time, really love the Ilia one. Okay, so on to round 2 of the mascaras. So we're coming back to the Dr. Hushka Volume Mascara. So it's been 4 days since I've played with this, 4 or 5 days since I've played with this. So I'm just intrigued to see if the second application, now it's got some air to it, is better than the first. And kind of put all these back through the paces again. And I'll do wear tests. I probably won't do the makeup removal bit, but certainly the wear tests with these mascaras. So back to Dr. Hushka Volume Mascara in brown. And let's have another go. Okay, so that is layer 1. Like I said, I think lengthening and separation of this is really pretty, and it gives my eyelashes a bit more of a wispy look. I just don't feel it's given volume, and the brown shade just isn't as visible as I'd like it to be. To be honest, looking at it, you wouldn't even know it was a brown mascara, which is a bit of a shame. So I'm going to let that dry for a bit, and then I'm going to go with the second coat. Okay, coat number 2, I definitely actually think it's given a bit more volume this time round with the second layer. Still not as much, I think, as the Ilia one. It looks quite pretty on the eyes, to be fair, but considering it's meant to be a volume mascara, I don't think it could be, it's not as voluminous as it could be. It has definitely given me more volume this time round than it did the first time I tried this mascara, but I don't know. Let me know your thoughts. Okay, here's 2 layers on my lashes. Like I said, I think my opinion still stands. The Ilia one at the moment is giving more volume, although this has given a bit more volume than the first application, I would say. I'm still disappointed about the shade of this, but we'll see if it's still just as good with the wear test, and I'll come back later and do my final thoughts on this mascara. Okay, so I'm back from work. This is what my eyes are looking like. I didn't actually get flaking today, unlike the first time I tried this mascara. I think it's definitely performed better than the first time around. I think the issue is, at this moment in time, is that it looks no different to a black mascara on my lashes. I wanted like a proper brown mascara, one that obviously looks different and gives a much softer appearance. Whereas I think this, you can't really tell. It looks like it could be just a black mascara. So yeah, so I'm a bit disappointed with this one. If it was just a black mascara, I think, yeah, it's a relatively nice mascara. Could it do with more volume? Yes, but still it doesn't look horrible on the lashes. But I want it to look obviously brown on the eyes. I wanted to see a difference between wearing a black mascara and a brown mascara, and I feel like this one doesn't give it to me. So give me your brown mascara recommendations down below, because I'd love to try some more and really find like a perfect brown mascara. Okay, round 2 of the Kosas concealer, which again, I just love this packaging, it's so much fun. So this one, I actually think I quite liked. I didn't think it gave much volume as Ilia, but overall it was a really nice mascara and built up really nicely. So let's go round 2, let's see how the formula is now. It's been open like 4 or 5 days, and let's go. Okay, that is layer 1. Like I said, it coats really nicely the lashes. It's getting a little bit of volume at the roots, but nothing major at the moment. I feel like the second coat is where it's going to really hit again. Yeah, it applies really nicely, and yeah, it doesn't get clumpy on the lashes, which is nice. So we're going with, let it dry for a bit, and going with layer 2. That is a second coat. I think this is applied much better than the first time round. You can layer it up, it's definitely got volume, and you can see it hasn't gone clumpy or spidery with another layer on, and I think it looks super pretty on the eyes. So actually, this one I think is looking much nicer the second time round I've used it. Like I said, I do find with some mascara, she's got to let them sit there for a bit once open, and then the formula gets so much better, so love that. I'm going to go ahead and do the other eye, and then we'll come back. Here we are, here is 2 coats done on both eyes. I'm really loving this mascara at the moment. Like I said, second time around playing this, the formula is much nicer, much more buildable. It's giving more volume but still not clumpy or anything like that. So hopefully it wears just as nicely. I think if I remember last time, mine a bit of flaking, but I don't remember any smudging. I think it was only the Ilia that slightly smudged under the eye last time. So we'll see how that wears throughout the day. But yeah, I'm really liking how it looks right now. So I'll be back later to check in. I am back after work. This is how my lashes are looking. I have got a little bit of smudging onto this lower lash line. And I do have a little bit of flaking down here, but nothing really obvious and nothing that looks horrendous, I don't think. So I really quite like this mascara. I think as it stands, it goes as for kind of round 2. So I've got Ilia tomorrow, but as it stands, I'd say it's go Kostas first, followed by Dr. Hushka. Yeah. So far, so good. I think, yeah, I really like this one. Tomorrow I'll come back and do the Ilia one, and then I'll give my final roundup, which one I think is the best overall, and just my final thoughts and opinions. But yeah, that is how the Kostas one is looking after work today. Okay, on to the final round. This time round 2 with the Ilia Fullest Voluminizing Mascara. Last week when I did my first impressions of each 3, this was my favourite one. So we'll see how it is, kind of how the formula is now it's been open for a few days. And see whether it's still my favourite out of the 3. Okay, so that's a layer 1. Do excuse my eyes, I literally just poked myself in the eye with this, so it's slightly watering now. So this is what it looks like. Like I said, I think it gives the volume within the first layer, which I love. It also still gives a slightly wispy look, even though it's voluminous. It looks really nice. It's not clumping together lashes or anything like that. So I'll let that dry down and we'll That is coat number 2. I'd say the downside of this is it can get quite messy on the lids, but I will tidy that up once it's dry. But this is what coat 2 looks like. I think this looks really, really nice. Adds some volume. Like I said, it's not really clumping the lashes together or looking spidery. And it really does give my eyes like a fuller lash appearance. So I'm really happy with that. I'm going to go ahead, do the other eye, tidy up the lids, and we'll be back before I head off to work. Okay, so I've tidied my eyes and I have actually gone in with a third layer on both lashes because I was just intrigued. And this is what they're looking like. I think they look great with the third layer. Look great with the second layer, but I think the third layer is really kind of amped them up. And as you can see, they've definitely given me volume, which I really love. So we'll see how well it wears throughout the day, and then at the end I can give my final thoughts on all 3 mascaras. Okay, I am back from work and this is what the lashes are looking like. I don't think I've got any transfer, have I? Oh, actually there might be a little bit of transfer there. Yeah, but nothing major, and look at the lashes still look super good, whereas my skin looks a little bit shiny right now. So I think I really love this mascara. I think out of 3, this is my favourite one. I think it gives overall everything I'm looking for, which I really like. So yeah, let's give a quick rundown. These 2 mascaras, I think they're kind of in the order I tried them, from least favourite to most favourite. So Dr. Hushka, I'd say it gave the least volume out of the 3. It wore really nicely actually, it was probably the easiest one to remove. But I didn't see the brown on my lashes, which really upset me. So had it been a black mascara, I would have thought, okay, that's a relatively good mascara. Yes, it could do with work with volume, but as it was meant to be brown, I just didn't see the brown. It was my least favourite. Next will be the Kostas one. I love how this layers. It's probably the layers the best out of all of them, I'd say. It does give some volume, but you just need to build up, and it does last well throughout the day. A little bit of flaking here and there, and again, relatively easy to remove. And I'd say that's in second place for favourites. I do love the packaging though. Packaging is fun. In first place is the Ilia mascara. Application wise, yes, I went in with extra coats, but even on first coat it gave the volume I want. It's lasted really well. A little bit of smudging, but nothing major. It is probably the hardest out of the 3 to take off the eyes. It just needs a little bit of extra work, but I think overall this one is my favourite mascara. So I really hope you enjoyed this video. Something a bit different. I don't usually do like reviews of mascaras and like comparisons. But I hope it was useful and I hope you enjoyed. And if you've got any brow mascara recommendations, please let me know, because I'm desperate to try them and find the perfect brow mascara for me. But yeah, out of the three, I would definitely actually repurchase both of these, to be honest. India was the best one, but I like the Kosas one as well, so I'd happily repurchase these two. And the Dr. Hushka one, I probably wouldn't repurchase. So let me know your thoughts down below. Like I said, any brow mascara recommendations, please let me know. Any future request videos, leave down below. And yeah, thank you for watching, and I'll see you all in my next video.